Hi, all. It's Pedro Baez from Go for Glory Stable. I am the founder and managing partner of the group, working alongside Charlie Longo, our general manager. Today is September 7th, 2025. Go for Glory Stable, just as a reminder, is a fractional ownership group where we allow people, we give people a platform where you can purchase horses, build a stable the way you want to build it, however you want to build it. You can have conditioned horses, claimers, stakes horses, yearlings, however you want to compose your stable, racing mainly in New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, um, and Pennsylvania. We do race some horses in Ohio and Canada occasionally, but mainly in the Northeast right now. And we try to make sure you have the best experiences possible. So you'll get updates like this every single week. You'll have access, or not access. We'll talk to you all the time, Charlie and myself, if you need if you have any questions or just want to talk about horses. And you'll also have we'll also let you know about in-person events. So we have a lot of in-person events throughout the year, which is always fun. Everyone kind of hang out, get together. Sometimes the events at the training center, you can jog your own horses, and it's kind of like an all year round experience of good times. So with that being said, this is the Racehorse update video for the older racehorses, and we're going to jump right into it. As usual, please like or subscribe these videos, as it helps the channel to grow and get more views and such. So, all right, let's start with we'll start with Artist Best. He raced last night. It was a late night. It was about 5 or 6 of us were actually at the track. I think his race was like at 11:30. Drill's race was at 11:45, close to midnight. So late night, but you got 2 horses who are morning line favorites at Meadowlands, back to back. With a good post, good driver, everything. You almost kind of have to go. So you kind of have to do that. So we went, and to me, I thought everything was perfect. The trip, it was a quick first quarter, and then he pulled first over at the half, and he did brush, and he actually passed every horse, and he was leading all the horses around the final turn, and then he just kind of like stopped in the stretch, and then a bunch of horses passed him, and he finished 5th, and he was I think he was the favorite in that race. And talking to Rob Harmon, the trainer, he feels, and it's I see it. I could see it. If you look at all his previous races, you can see this. But he feels that Artist Best. He's a horse that you have to kind of he needs to just be in like the herd, basically. So basically, he needs to be. They call it covered up, where he just needs to be like on the rail or even on the outside, just in the herd with a bunch of horses. And then once you get into the stretch, then he can make that quick move. That quick, quarter long move to kind of win. So that's the kind of horse he is. That's when you get the horses that aren't too, like Soho, Skyfall, Nola types, just Rose's Luck types. When you get the horses that are a little bit, on the lesser side, or, they usually have some quirks to them. So that's his quirk, is that he can't really race in the lead and stuff like that. So, we'll see we'll kind of see how it goes with him. He's a horse that he might be, like I said, we got to see how the next couple of weeks goes. But he's a horse that we might actually look to move, within the month of September. So we'll keep you posted on that. All the Artist Best owners. Sometimes, you just got to keep you gotta make sure your stable has the best performing horses as possible. And if they're overnight horses and they're racing every week, they gotta, hopefully at least cover most of their bills. If they're just kind of going out there and coming in 4th and 5th, it gets hard. So he most likely, we'll keep you posted, but he has a decent chance that we might look to move him in the next 2 weeks. So keep you posted on that. Artist Best. Bluebird Time is no longer with us. Charming Princess, she's doing fine in Ohio. She's healthy and sound. She just can't get into a race right now. So we're trying to get her raced. She's in the box every time. So we're just trying to get her raced. She looked really good the last time out. So we're just trying to get her rolling again. Drill raced right after Artist Best, and to me, I thought he was actually better than Artist Best. Artist Best looked really flashy with the moves he made, but then he really quit in the stretch, really quit. Whereas Drill, he made a big move to get to the in the pocket and was sitting in the pocket the whole race, but then towards the stretch, he had no room. He was trying to go on the inside. By then, the horses on the outside were flying past, and then it's kind of like the usual thing with Drill, where it just he. I've never seen a horse have no luck like that. Where he actually looked pretty good. He just couldn't. There was nowhere for him to go. So we'll see what the plan is with him. Same thing, we'll see how long. What the overall plan is. We're hoping. Same thing. He needs to get earning again. He can't just come in fourth and fifth every time. So we gotta find. We gotta figure out how to get that horse earning again. Or same thing with Artist Best. We might have to move him out as well. So we'll keep you posted on Drill. But overall, he actually raced really well. So he actually, I thought he was, the way he finished and everything. To me, he finished really strong. So I actually liked his race a lot better than, even though Artist Best really looked flashy, he made some big time moves. I thought Drill just kind of like was grinding and was still fighting at the end, and he just ran. It just had no room. So he wasn't that bad. We just need a little luck with that horse. Anola, she was off this week. She was a little sick last week, and she still raced great, coming in fourth flying. So she deserves a week off. So she was off. We'll see if she's in the box for next weekend. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes. And then back at Tioga, and then Erin is racing tomorrow on the 8th, September 8th at Saratoga. She's like 9-5 second favorite. So with the 3-hole. So we'll see how that goes. She was really good last start at Poconos. Really good. She she got off the gate. She was sitting in the pocket. She was right on the horse, the leader's helmet the whole time. And then in the stretch, she made a move to try to, go on the inside to try to win. And she looked really good. So Erin is, we had some work done on her stifles and her ankles after that race where she didn't look very good, and then she obviously had like a few weeks before this race. So whatever Rob Harmon did, whatever day, it looked like it worked because she was excellent. So she's rolling tomorrow. We're gonna hope for good luck with her. Just Rose's luck. She raced. She had a double dip this week. She raced Monday and Sunday. And Monday was a big win. Monday she had a big win at Tioga Downs, and first over grind from the 3-hole, and she was really good. She's just a really game type of horse. She tries. She gives it her all every time. She raced today. The race, she had the 7 posts, and there were a lot of levers inside her. So I could tell Mike Merton wanted to leave, but like every horse on the inside was leaving, so it would have been a ridiculous first quarter, and she might have been parked the whole time for all we know. So, and use her all up. So I think he made the right call just to take back and then try to work out and try to get a piece. He ended up not getting a piece. I think she came in like 6th or something like that. But to me, it was either you kind of use her all up, and try to get really try to get to the front in the beginning, and then you're just praying she still has something left. But then you're like, is it really worth it to go that crazy for from the 7-hole versus some pretty good horses? I think just coming off the pace, trying to get a piece, to me today from that position in that post, I think it's fine. If she had an inside post like 2, 3, 4, I think she would have been towards the front, and I think she would have definitely been in the mix to win that race without a doubt. It just came down to post position. That's all it is. So she assuming everything is fine, she'll be back in the box again. We'll figure out where though. I mean, it might be Tioga. We'll figure out the best spot to put her. Going to Vegas, she did not make the final, the Excelsior final. So we're just basically waiting right now for the Lexington sale. She has like a sister in there that looks amazing, and if she sells well, like over 100,000, which is definitely possible because she looks great and she has a great family, that'll kind of give us an idea of what going to Vegas is. So we're waiting for that. That's so she's basically not doing anything right now. Um, we're just waiting to kind of sell her. So, but this is the power of fillies. When you buy fillies, Philly Pacers, Philly Trotters, is we paid $37,000 for going to Vegas, but a lot of things happened since we paid $37,000. A lot of things happened, and now her family's hot, super hot. Like everybody wants a piece, horse from that family. So her stock is way up. So that just shows you the power of buying Philly, Philly Trotters, Philly Trotters, especially Philly Trotters, is that broodmare value is very real, and it's like it's a big part of the game when you buy them, because that's kind of like an angle that's kind of always going on, other than obviously racing the horse. So that's going to Vegas. Mine Hunter, he came in, he raced and he came in 5th place this past week, and from the 6th hole, we had Jason Bartlett, but I think he made all the right moves. It's just kind of how the race went. It was either he goes outside and he goes behind a horse that was going nowhere, and that would have caused us to get no check, or he stays on the rail, tries to hope that crazy stuff happens, and then we get a piece, and that's what happened. So he went he just stayed on the rail from the 6th hole, just stayed on the rail, very conservative, and then he ended up getting the piece, 5th place, and that was really all we can do in that spot. It's just when you have these races like that Mine Hunter's in, and all those horses are like similar, like they're all the same type of horses, where any horse can win any day. It's hard to just like blast off from the 6th post, 7th post, 8th post. It's almost like entirely driven by post position at that level. If you get the 1, 2, 3, you're probably gonna do pretty well and get. If your horse is any good, you're probably gonna do pretty well and get a piece. Once you start getting into like, 5, 6, 7, maybe more like 6, 7, 8, definitely 7, 8, but 6, 7, 8 definitely. You're just kind of. You need a lot to go right in that race because they're all good. They're all the same types and they're all good. So, but he fits well, and the good thing with him is he'll get money off soon, his card, and then we'll be able to race him in like non-winners 5,000, non-winners 7,500, non-winners 10,000, and he fits well over there at Yonkers too. So he's doing great. Mine Hunter's doing great. He got a little work done on his I think his left front leg and left hind leg, I believe, this past week. So he's fine. He's just routine maintenance to get him dialed in more. Moneyman had he was in that $250,000 New Jersey Classic for the 9 hole, and he really didn't do anything. He went for the 9 hole, went to the rail. He tried to go up the rail and then pray for a piece at the end, but it's just kind of like we just talked about with Mine Hunter. When you get a race like that, in this day and age for harness racing, you need to be really close up to have a chance to win. If you just like all the way in the back, you need so many things to go right when you're all the way in the back like that. And that's kind of what happened with him. And he had the 9 post, and he didn't. He wasn't able to get a piece, but he still got $2,500 just for racing and making it to the final. So that was pretty good. But there's really nothing he can do. He raced great, and the sad thing was the consolation for 3-year-old colt trotters. He actually probably would have won. So like it's almost like we were better off probably tanking. We were probably better off tanking that elimination and not being top 5 and getting to the consolation, and he probably would have won or been second. That consolation was $100,000. So he probably would have been 50,000. Yeah, I'm sitting here throwing out numbers like. But that's like the what if. The reality is, he got into the final, so you can't think like that, like like what if. Just one of those things for next year. Maybe we'll something to think about. Like maybe it's better to just try to go to the consolation if you have a horse that's can't really do some damage if they get a 9 hole or 10 hole. Maybe the consolation is better too. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So. But he was good. The horse was great. He was good. Like I said, he was very good. It's just nothing he could do from there from the 9 hole. And then he'll be his Massachusetts Sire Stakes. His first leg is September 29th, and He's got some tough horses. The horse that was a killer last year, Belmundo, he does not look. He started really late this year, and he might have been hurt or something. He might have been injured. Not sure why he started so late, but he just hasn't quite looked the same. So that's the story. So we'll see how it shapes up the Massachusetts Sire Stakes. But there's still one really good horse in there, My Degenerate. He was there last year, and he was very good. He's killing it in Kentucky. Not killing it, but he's doing some big miles in Kentucky. So he raced in Massachusetts last year. You gotta think he's gonna race again this year. So he's I think he's like the one to beat. There's Castell Lindy who's going. He was the other guy who was a thorn in the side on Moneyman last year, so he's still going, but he's more like Moneyman's level. And but yeah, Belmundo, he has not looked that good. He must have had an injury or something. So let's I don't want to say let's hope that's the case, but if that's the case, then that bodes well for Moneyman that he can hopefully be more like a top 3 horse again, like he was last year. So that was big. Muscle Bart, he was sold. He was sold privately to an owner with Scott DiDomenico's barn, we believe, and for 15,000, which was a good price. That's what we had him in with the tag for. So we took it. We wish him the best. Wish everyone who bought him the best. It's just a horse that didn't work out. So they all won't work out. You got to take shots in this game. You got to take chances. And we took a shot with him, and it's just better for us to move on. So that chapter is over. The Muscle Bar owners, you'll see that on your statement. That sale. So Ship's Revenge. She raced today this afternoon. She came in 4th place. She made a big first over move, and she looked pretty good making that first over move. I'm afraid first over move to get to the front from the beginning, and it was just a tough race. There was like a horse in there that was like an even money, odds-on favorite who was really good, like way better than those lines showed she would be, so she kind of had that race like in the bag. So it was just a tough race. That horse she just jumped into that level, so she deserved to be 1-2 the way she raced. And then she got beat with another horse that was like a new entry, a horse that came out of nowhere that came off the rail. So overall she's fine. She's doing good. She just we kind of drew like a really tough. That division has like a lot of races every week, and we just drew a pretty tough one this week. So but Shipsy's doing fine. Skybox, he's getting all 4 of his feet. He got these glue-on horseshoes, so there's no nails, so it's glue, and Paul thinks it's really going to help his feet to get a little better and to feel a little better when he's trotting. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully he's in the box soon at Plain Ridge. He's too good a horse. We've seen it too long, and Paul's confident that this will help him. So let's see how that goes. Soho Skyfall, he didn't race this past week. He was sick and he bled, meaning like it kind of came out his nose a little bit, or they can see it when they scope his when they put a scope down. They can see the little bit of blood and mucus in there. So he scoped sick and he bled during that race. That he didn't look very good, and he came in like last place. Granted, the trip was horrible too. So to me it was like just bad. He had a bad post, bad trip. Plus he bled. Plus he was sick. So it was like a lot. He had a lot going on in that race. So he obviously had this week off. He's going on Lasix, so you have to have like a week or 2 off when you go on Lasix. So we'll see if he's back this week or next week. But yeah, that was the story with him. And that's pretty much it. So those are the racehorses. We're gonna look for more racehorses. We're looking as soon as tomorrow, and not. Combination. We're gonna, we're looking for claimers. We're looking for racehorses that we're gonna buy, potentially buy from some sales, some online sales, or private purchases. So we're gonna keep doing that, trying to get better and better quality if we can, and or horses that just really make sense in a certain particular spot. So we're going to keep doing that, and yeah, keep improving the older racehorse stable. So anyway, have a good rest of your week, and good luck with your horses. Thank you.